I'm Kristen, you're watching Traveling with Kristen, and this is the Front Row wearable camera. As you can see, it's a pretty cool box, very nice packaging, so we're going to open it up and check it out. So what is it? It's basically a wearable camera. It's built on the Android operating system, so a wearable circular smartphone that takes photo, video, time lapses, and the reason I bought it is because you can also live stream from this device. And it also has 32 gigs of storage. So this little guy basically makes vlogging and live streaming hands-free for the most part. So you don't have to have other people with you holding things or have like a big camera on a Gorilla Grip with antennas and microphones and things hanging off of it. It has an 8 megapixel camera in the front, 5 megapixel camera in the back. There are apps to it. Full disclosure, I really didn't want to buy this because it's also expensive. It's actually $400. After evaluating the pros and cons, I went ahead with it, and I'll tell you why. Watch this video if you're wondering if the Front Row wearable camera is for you. Okay, let's start by taking it out of the box here. Honestly, who would need such a device? Really, as far as I can tell, the only people who would have a great use for something like this are people who are life vloggers, travel vloggers, live streamers, IRL streamers, things like that. Otherwise, it's a really expensive first generation toy. So unless you have a lot of disposable income or vlogging and live streaming is a big part of your business and life, I don't see a huge need for this. What problems does this solve? The way I see it, this answers a few issues for me. As a travel blogger, I'm constantly embarrassed by holding my phone out in front of my face and looking like an idiot, especially in public places like airports, Delta Sky Club. Although it's a little bit conspicuous, it's less conspicuous than holding a camera in front of your face. Hey guys, don't mind this selfie stick, just act completely natural. No, it's never happening. Of course, it's not going to be as good of quality, but if you just want to kind of go a little bit more incognito in your daily vlogging or live streaming, this would be a good thing to have. So it's hands-free, it's convenient, it doesn't draw so much attention, so it's not so embarrassing. It hopefully results in more natural behavior from your friends and the people around you, and you should be able to capture things that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. It's hard to do multiple things at the same time when you're live streaming or vlogging. It's really hard to hold a camera while you're at a music festival or riding a bike or really doing anything. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a really cool situation like Ultra Miami or riding my bike in Amsterdam or exploring Oktoberfest in Munich, Germany, and I really wish that I had this thing to capture those really cool point of view experiences without having to pull my camera out. Of course, you can use a GoPro, which is probably the best quality form of wearable camera and the most versatile, but you can't live stream from a GoPro. This little guy is a really easy way to live stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, who knows in the future. Another cool thing about it is that this clip is magnetic, so you can just stick it to something metal and there you go, you don't even need a tripod for it. Basically just plug and play. And then the big question is, does it work? It does, but there are a few shortfalls as far as I can tell. The first one, besides that it's not that fashion forward, is that I think that the design is inherently flawed. Sure, you can clip it onto your clothing, which is great, but you can also put it on this lanyard to change it up. But by design, this is going to bounce around a lot, especially if you're a girl. So if you're walking, even with optical image stabilization, this is definitely going to swing around like a pendulum. The image stabilization isn't enough to compensate for how shaky the footage is, just naturally having it hanging around your neck. What I'm planning to do is keep it closer to my neck, around my chest, just so that it doesn't bounce around as much. And I'll have to see if this angle if it ends up getting my chin or my face in the shot, because that's not too attractive. I see this being a big problem with this product. I don't want it to bounce at all, basically. Another issue with it is camera quality doesn't seem that good. It's the same camera as the first generation Google Pixel phone, which isn't that impressive, especially with the iPhone 10 out these days. It shoots 1080p, 30 frames per second. From the footage I've seen, it looks a little bit grainy. The main problems I see are the design of it being very shaky and swinging around a lot, especially if you're walking. The angle might not be that flattering, especially if you're short like me. Low angle up to a person, it's going to make people look a little bit shadowy, bigger, and just less attractive overall. Another bummer is that you can't get the footage directly from the device to your computer. It's designed to upload the content directly to social media platforms, which is cool, but using the time-lapse function, I can really see myself wanting to integrate some of this content into a vlog. It's a little bit annoying that the only way to get the footage from this device onto a PC is through the app, instead of just plugging it in with the USB. I feel like they could have integrated that into this design because it charges with a USB, so that capability would be really convenient, maybe in the next model. Another issue I see with this is just that it's like a little bit delicate. It's not exactly waterproof. If you drop it, it's definitely going to crack because it's made out of glass. Now let's take it for a test drive. Okay guys, so I'm going to test out all the different ways of wearing this little guy and see which one is the most effective and the least shaky. First one I did is I had it here and I was walking with it, and you could probably see it was bouncing. Let's take a look at that. So here I am walking with it hanging around my neck. The next one I did, which I thought was really gonna work, was to have it up here because it really doesn't bounce at all. However, the angle of the camera was looking up, and that really it didn't look good, so it's pointing at the sky. There's nothing to see here. That didn't work, but it was stable. And here is walking with the device up around the nape of my neck, so higher up on my chest instead of just hanging around it loosely. So I tried walking with it like this, but as you can see, it's bouncing a lot, and you'll see that in the footage as well. As you can probably tell, because I can feel it bouncing against my stomach. So I'm sure that the angle might be better for viewing, but it's probably gonna be bouncy. I like the angle of it down here, but it's just far too bouncy to ever be useful. Again, especially if you're a girl. The last time I tried stabilizing it as I walked. So I was kind of holding it like this, or like this, but that is annoying to have to hold it while you're walking. Let's try this a fourth time. So here I am walking while holding the device kind of in front of my stomach. So this could be like a nonchalant way of filming and also keeping it stable, although that is annoying. What I think is most successful is having your hand like this, and I'm just walking with it, trying to prevent it from bouncing all over creation so that it's usable footage. Okay, so here I am with it on its longest setting, but stabilizing the device as I walk, which kind of defeats the purpose because you shouldn't have to hold it. But I don't really see another way of walking with it so it's not really bouncy. So if I just walk with it like this, it's definitely gonna bounce. But if I stabilize it with my hand, it's gotta be a little bit better. It's not exactly ideal, I'm gonna tell you that much. But like, how could it be? Because look what it's hanging on. There's one point of contact. And if you know anything about photography or video, you know that you wanna have, like, the more points of contact you have, the more stable the footage is going to be. This is why a tripod is so useful. It has 3 points of contact, not 1 point of contact. This is not okay. If I have 3 points of contact instead of just the one, then I can stabilize it more. And if I have 2 points of contact, I can stabilize it more. It's a start. I think it could be useful. Again, probably don't buy this unless you're a live streamer. And what I just did was a test stream on Twitch, and I realized I couldn't see the chat. What you'd have to do in order to interact with your chat, have your actual page open, have my Twitch channel open in the Twitch app. So should you buy this? If I didn't think that I would really get a lot of use out of it right now, I would definitely wait until the price either goes down or the quality goes up. But I have to say, it's a really interesting design, and I don't think that there's anything else out there like this at the moment. You have your GoPros, you have some other models of wearable cameras, but none of those can live stream. For the many vloggers and live streamers out there, definitely take this into consideration, but otherwise it's just an expensive gadget. Something that's pretty cool is that they are apparently coming out with hats and other types of accessories where you can use it in different ways besides just around your neck or clipping it to something. To be able to embed it into a hat. Go about your day, and anytime there's something cool to stream, you just press a button. But there's plenty of other things that you could do with $400. It's definitely a trade-off. Hope that this video helped you decide whether or not to buy the front row camera. If it helped you, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see more from me, Kristen, while I'm traveling, vlogging, live streaming, make sure to subscribe. See you next time. And yeah, just whatever.